Welcome back to another video brought to you by your one and only Literary Pharaoh. I'm on the road running some errands, and I had something come across my mind, and I wanted to share it with you guys. And maybe perhaps you guys may be going through the same thing right now. I truly believe that as a human race, collectively, we go through things at the same time. When I'm talking about going through things at the same time, I don't mean going through certain particular circumstances. I'm not limiting it to just a circumstance or happenstance. I'm speaking more to a wave of emotion that I feel is compressing most people in the world today. And if I'm wrong, leave a comment, tell me if I'm wrong. I feel that the majority of us right now, the month of December of 2024, are feeling a strong sense of stress. Now, not all stress are the same. Not all stress are created equal. There's some stressors that are good stressors, but there's some stresses or some stressors that are negative to the body or negative to the mind. And I know, relatively speaking, there's always stress in life. And I don't think it has anything to do with it's getting close to Christmas and people are trying to shop. I don't think that's why. I think that our country, our world, is headed towards a climactic event. But the event is not an external showing of something that's going to come from the outside that's going to hit us. I'm not speaking of it in those terms. When I say climactic event, I'm talking about an event that is going to be induced by us. It's going to come from within. It's going to be an internal event that's going to come forth from us, from humans. There's going to come a day or a time where we're going to have to react or respond to what we're going through right now. Incredibly, this world we live in is created in a way to induce stress. I've told you guys this before. We are the lab rats in the laboratory. We are the guinea pigs. We are the experiment. You say, what's the purpose of life? You don't know your purpose. Just live. Live life to your higher self. And in that venture, or in that approach, you can then find your purpose if that's what you're trying to seek. There's no purpose. You just exist. If you want to tell yourself that there's a heaven and hell, to mitigate the stresses of this life, then you can go ahead and do that. That's okay. It doesn't make it true. You just created a thought process, or you've developed a worldview that's going to allow you to kind of cope with this reality. But I feel that right now there's an overwhelmingly amount of stress that's hitting all of us. It's hitting me, and when I go to work, it's hitting my coworkers, students, kids, children, elderly, everybody at once. There's something going on. And I feel that it has everything to do with the celestial bodies. When I say celestial bodies, I'm talking about like the moon, the sun, the vibrational frequency of the entire planet. Because, against popular belief, we are electrically charged beings. We move and operate off of frequency. Those who are into, studying quantum physics, you understand that subject matter in that sense, that we're not just here operating based upon our own wills. I mean, yeah, we have will, but our will is limited to a certain degree because we're chemical beings and we're chemically charged, and we are also electromagnetically charged as well. If you put human beings in a particular environment and manipulate frequencies and manipulate chemicals, you can dictate whatever response you want from people. It doesn't mean you're going to get the same response, but you can dictate a particular response. That's why I say that we are the experiment. I don't know if it's because it's winter, but in winters past, talking to people, I haven't gotten this much consensus and agreement that it's a very, very hard and stressful time. Does it have anything to do with the election? Personally, I didn't care about the election. I didn't care who won. So some people are kind of sad and down about a particular candidate winning. Some people were rooting for, whoever you were rooting for. The person that didn't win, now you're miserable. But I don't think that's it. I think that has come and gone. There's something that's in the air. I can't put my mind on it, but I know I'm onto something. There are other people out there that are much, much more, knowledgeable about this subject matter and can provide a little bit more nuance than I can. All I can do is just speak from what I feel. But I'm not going to discard my feelings because I'm well attuned with my body and I'm well in tune with myself. So if I'm feeling something, it's not because I'm high or I'm on drugs or it's induced by some kind of chemical. It's not. I'm very balanced. So if I'm feeling something, then that means that there's some sort of merit to that. I'm feeling it. Everybody is stressed out. And you're going to find that more people are going to start acting in ways that are not their normal selves. In other words, you're going to see people who you thought you knew, who had a particular pattern of behavior and certain actions that they put forth. You're going to see those people who you are accustomed to seeing, who you thought you knew, start to act out of character or outside of themselves. When that starts to happen, it's not because, this person's on drugs or they're angry. It's because of the stressors. We are being bombarded and besieged with stress. That's why it's so hard to take care of ourselves. We're seeking pleasure all the time because we are in a laboratory, in a machine that has stress all around us. So synonymous or similar to lab rats, we're just trying to run around and seek pleasure. Then the Food and Drug Administration or Food and Drug industry, they say, okay, we'll give you pleasure. We'll give it to you in sugars. We'll give it to you in junk foods. We'll give it to you in processed, ultra-processed foods. We're going to give it to you in alcohol. We're going to give it to you in all sorts of substances that we're going to call food. We'll use food as a plug, as an insert to fill the void of the pleasure that you're trying to seek. And that's deliberately done. People are going to start doing things that are out of character going into 2025. That's not my prediction. That's not even a prediction. Because prediction means that there's a chance that it might not happen. I'm proclaiming that. I'm not even well, you could say that I'm prophesying it because it hasn't happened yet, but it's happening now. We're seeing the groundwork being laid now. And the only people that are going to be able to stand strong beneath this avalanche, underneath this surge of whatever's going on on our earth, because we understand that we already have the mundane stresses of life, going to work, paying bills. If you have children, dealing with children, we've grown accustomed to that type of stress. I get that. I'm not talking about that kind of stress. That's surface stuff. I'm going deeper. There's something that's going on within the human biochemistry of everybody on the planet right now. But it's not something that we've done to ourselves. It's something that's being done outside of us. So it's affecting us within. So as we're being affected within, we're going to inevitably start to display behaviors externally to show what's going on within. Because whatever's going on the inside has to show on the outside. And what's shown on the outside is just an indicator of what's going on in the inside. inside. If I'm incorrect, leave a comment. If you feel that way right now, an overwhelming amount of stress. But like I said, it's not something that I'm saying, oh, I'm so stressed, I'm gonna die. No, I mean a heaviness. And some people who are grounded and very rooted, who have a strong foundation, are not gonna be moved that much. I'm that way, but I can feel it. To sit here and deny it would be delusional, and that won't help anything. That only actually it hurts when you deny the truth. You have to come to grips with what's going on with you, contend with it, embrace it, and then approach it and move accordingly to what your reality is at that current time. My current reality right now, and not just mine, people who I talk to a lot of people. Everybody is saying the same thing, and it has nothing to do with what people would normally go through. It's not because, I have a child to feed, or I have daycare bills, or I have this. Not that. That's not what I'm talking about. There's a heaviness that I feel that everyone else is feeling as well. And no amount of vacation, and that's why a lot of people are trying to run on vacation and escape. That's not going to help it. We are going to be forced to start looking within ourselves to find the respite and to find the coping mechanisms within our own selves. We're not going to be able to just rely on external geography or external locations to provide that luxury that we're looking for. We're going to have to look for it within, and which is very hard for people to do because we've been bred like lab rats to always seek external things, because in this machine, in this ecosystem, this planet that we live in, we're just bombarded with stress. The surface type of stress. But the surface type of stress is what feeds into this deeper level of stress that I'm trying to get across to you guys right now. All right? Just leave a comment. Tell me what you guys think. How do you feel right now? Do you feel, am I just over my head with this one? Or do I have some kind of, am I onto something right now? All right, leave a comment. Tell me what you guys think. I just wanted to share that with you guys and see where you guys stand on it. All right, take care. Peace. And remember, your health is your wealth.